Hey everyone, it is Tuesday, January 5th, and it's like 11 o'clock. Got my vlog up today. I wanted it to be up yesterday, but it just didn't happen. So yesterday I started reading When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, and that is for my 80s pop culture readathon prompt. It's for a bonus prompt, author of color. It's not my bonus prompt for, because each if you choose, each bingo board has a bonus prompt. I believe the bonus prompt for Elm Street, the Elm Street board, is LGBTQ, I believe. I'm not entirely positive, but I just decided I wanted to do all the bonus prompts because why not? So that's for the author of color bonus prompt. Also, I'm buddy reading that with Deja over at Deja's Book World. Also, I started reading The Empire of Gold, and I am buddy reading that with Olivia over at Olivia's Catastrophe. Not very far into either of these books. I'm reading about 3 to 4 chapters a day, but I keep, for When No One Is Watching, I keep having to remind myself that this is a thriller. This is not a romance. So I keep thinking, I was like, okay, our two main, because it's in dual perspectives. We have Theo and we have Sydney. And I was like, okay, this isn't a romance. These two are probably not going to end up together. Get that out of your head. Oh, it's so crazy. And then for Empire of Gold, it honestly kicks off right where the last book leaves off. And I feel so much for Ollie and for Dara at this point. I mean, I don't want to give away, anything, too many spoilers, but honestly, like it's starting off like so sad, and I have a feeling it's only going to get worse before it gets better. And then today I started reading The Midwinter Mail Order Bride by Katie Wilde. This was recommended by one of the romance booktubers. I'm not sure who. It was such a long time ago, but I just was scrolling through my Kindle and saw it there. I'm like, oh yeah, I have that book. I think I have it on KU. So I read probably about a chapter of that while I was in the bath. I was taking a bath today. But I don't think I'm gonna get much more reading done just because I have a really bad migraine. So I've already taken something. I'm just waiting for it to kick in, and I'm gonna go to bed. Also, yesterday I started doing like calorie counting and working out, because at this point I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life. I do want to get that kind of under control, and I used to work out like 2 or 3 times a week, but ever since last year and probably the year before that, my job, I sit at a desk all day. I only really stand up and walk around when I'm taking a patient back to like the tech area to be scanned. So really that's the only time that I am getting any steps in. So I do have to make a conscious effort to start working out again. One of the more fun ways that I like to get cardio in and calories burning is Just Dance on the Wii. I really love doing that. When I used to have an LA Fitness membership, I would go to like Zumba class, step class, things like that. I prefer doing that type of cardio as opposed to like running on a treadmill. And then also I kind of want to do some toning with weights. So I started doing that on Monday. And also what I use to track my calories, I use the Lose It app. Very handy. It has a barcode scanner, and then also has, where you can look up restaurants and all their food and stuff that they have on there if you go out to eat. It has worked for me in the past. I started using that maybe about 5 years ago, and it got me to my ideal weight, and I just didn't keep up with it, and unfortunately I gained it all back and then some. I just have to stay diligent, so you guys got to keep me in check. That's all that I've been up to. Tomorrow Jen, Deja, and I are going live for our bookish resolutions. And then on the 7th, Bree and I are going live for the first half of the Lightning Thief, our discussion for that on her channel. So I should probably start reading that book. I'll probably start it tomorrow. We're only reading the first half, so shouldn't be too bad. But it's Tuesday and I have not finished a book. Wow. Hopefully I'll finish one tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Hi everyone, it is Wednesday, January 6th. It is nearly 4:30. I just got home from work and the world is on fire again, but I got some packages. I don't remember ordering anything, but let's open it. I got 2 packages actually, but one's not for me. One is for my husband. Oh. So excited, thinking maybe it was book mail, but it's only masks. Oh my gosh. That's just, I really was looking forward to a book. Seriously. Well, these are the masks I wear at work because we have to wear purple because each department has to wear a certain color. Ours is eggplant, so we have to wear purple. And so I have to have everything matching as well. So I buy purple masks from Amazon. So that was kind of anticlimactic. Anyway, so I'm gonna work out for a bit, and then Jen, Deja, and I are going live at 6 o'clock. Still reading When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. It's getting to the part where some spooky things are happening. Not necessarily spooky, but weird things are happening. Didn't read any more of Empire of Gold. Still only like 6 chapters in. Also started Double Down by Susan Hayes today. I am buddy reading that with B over at B But Bookish. After we had finished Starbound, they said they were really excited to do another buddy read, and they wanted me to pick this round's buddy read, so I was very excited. So I kind of broke it down by subgenre. I gave 1 contemporary, 1 historical, 1 fantasy, and 1 sci-fi. And they said all of those sound really interesting. We could buddy read all of them if I wanted to. And I'm like, of course I want to, of course. It was a toss-up between the historical and the sci-fi. But they had really was kind of leaning towards the sci-fi because they had never read anything like that before. It's kind of like a cyborg romance, menage, male, female, where the 2 men are cyborgs. And the female is half human, half Farron, which is a kind of feline-looking species of alien. That's what they had decided they wanted to read, and I said, of course, yeah, I'm always down for the sci-fi, right? So started it, got through 3 chapters today, and it's actually really good. I'm really enjoying it. So cyborgs were created to help fight in a war. It was like a devastating war where nobody would volunteer, and they were slowly losing population. So companies had decided to just build cyborgs, which not necessarily birthed, but created. They were in like these little like incubator type things. And Luke, Kit, and Cinder were in the same kind of batch, but Luke and Kit are technically twins. Genetically, they are identical. So they're humanoid looking, but their bones are more like a metal alloy, and they're just basically, they were created to be stronger, faster, just more durable for war. When the war was over, they were supposed to just decommission all the cyborgs, but they had kind of said no, and they had been like keeping a secret, basically saying that they
had overrode their own programming and they became like sentient beings. And so they're like, we don't want to be decommissioned. We kind of just want to live our lives and want to be treated like any other person or being. So that's kind of like how like the cyborg part started. Now Kit, Luke, and Cinder, they all own this bar club, and we have Zora, who is the half Farron, half human, who is a cargo pilot. She frequents the establishment. She has gotten to know the owners very well, and Luke and Kit share women, and Luke has known for a while that Zora is quote unquote theirs, that it's the one female that he just wants to protect her. It's almost like a fated mate situation, but they are very alpha, very protective of her, even though she's kind of a badass and can really take care of herself. But that's kind of where we're at right now. They just asked her out on a date. So yeah, so I'm really excited to read more of this. I love, love, love sci-fi romances. Love them. This one is starting out to be very, very good. And then yesterday I said that I started the Midwinter's Mail Order Bride, and I'm not too much further in. I probably, I only read like a little bit of chapter 1 before my migraine was getting really bad last night, and I just had to go to bed. So I read all of chapter 1 today and most of chapter 2. I'm hoping to read more of that tonight, but I also have to read the first half of Percy Jackson. I have to read chapters 1 through 11 because Bree and I are going live for that tomorrow. So I'm hoping to do that tonight after the live stream. So I just wanted to update y'all a little bit more because last week's vlog was very bad. So I'm doing better to talk to you about the books that I'm reading instead of just kind of like, this is the title, this is the picture, and moving on. So I'm hoping to be better about that. I also kind of want to do more wrap-ups. I probably think I did like 2 wrap-ups last year, but just talking about each and every book that I read in a month, the videos can be really long. Unless I just talk about the ones that I really, really liked. But just let me know. Let me know in the comments, do you want to see wrap-ups from me? And if I did wrap-ups, how would you want me to format that? Do you want me to just talk about the 5-star reads or the 4-star reads, and just kind of do a brief overview of everything else? How do you want them? Let me know, because I'm doing this for you, obviously. So yeah, that I just wanted to update y'all a little bit, and I hope to see you during the live stream, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Travel again. It's a video because you're going to be on my vlog. Hey everyone, it is Friday, January 8th, and I'm just on my lunch break, taking a little walk around the building before I have to go back in. But I just wanted to update y'all. Last night I didn't do so, and I'm sorry. I read chapters 1 through 11 for Percy Jackson, and Brie and I had the discussion on her channel last night, the Loc'd Booktician. So it was a great discussion. It was a lot of fun. Really, really enjoyed it. So that will be linked in the cards if you want to check it out. I also finished the Midwinter Mail Order Bride by Katie Wilde. That's not part of my 80s pop culture readathon TBR, but it was just like a quick little fantasy romance novella, and I actually really, really enjoyed it. So we have marriage of convenience trope, alpha hero. The fantasy actually was really, really good. So it really had like in-depth world building, and like the magic system was very thorough and explained. For it being just a novella, it was really, really good. I think there are 4 books in this series, and I want to read them all. It was just really good. So I also today finished When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. Kind of a slow build thriller, but it was still really good. I gave it 4 stars. And that was for my bonus prompt for the 80s pop culture readathon, Author of Color. And now I have to catch up on my buddy read for Double Down and Empire of Gold. Those books are not for any of the prompts for the 80s pop culture readathon, but you know, you gotta read other things, right? But I gotta get back to work, so I will talk to y'all a little bit later. Bye. Hey everyone, it's like 5:30, yeah, and on Saturday, and I'm listening to Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter, because Deja, she read it and she was like, this is so deeply disturbing. Like, I need to talk about it with someone. And I'm like, girl, yes, let me read it. How soon do you need me to read it? So I saw that it was available on my library for the audiobook, and I was like, I can read it this weekend, even though it's not a part of my pop culture readathon TBR. When you got to read for a friend, you got to read for a friend, right? So I started that. So we were cleaning up the house, kind of putting Christmas decorations away. And my husband started cleaning our office, and he did the dishes, and he took out the trash. I know, alien, right? Whew. After that, I went and took my dad's truck for emissions because he couldn't do it. And then we went and got it washed. I went with my mom. And then we got milkshakes. And then I came back, and now we're still kind of organizing the office because my husband, you know, he's basically taking over financially for his business. His mom used to do like the books and everything. Well, he's taking over everything. So he wants his desk all cleaned up so he can, you know, write out invoices, you know, do the taxes, things like that. He wants his desk all straightened up. So he started doing that. And so I was like, hey, I'm going to do that to my desk, because what I want to do, one of my New Year's resolutions that I didn't talk about for my bookish resolutions, is that I want to start writing again. Last year, I didn't write a single thing except for Stydia fan fiction. I did come up with another original whip, historical romance. So I wrote a little bit of that. But other than that, didn't write a single thing. And honestly, I kind of wanted to have like a book published by now, you know, because there was a couple who I put out for beta readers, but it just didn't happen. So let's move that goal to this year. And so I want to get my desk all cleaned off, and then Deja's doing some reading sprints. So that's what we're going to do. So this is my desk. I need to just find a place for everything and get my monitor set up to my laptop and my keyboard set up and just everything organized so I can, you know, write on here. So that is basically the goal.
Hey everyone, it's like 10:30 at night. After I got my desk all clean on Saturday, I basically spent all day today just cleaning up more of this office space. There's like, all that is all cleaned off. Ignore these monitors, they need to go away. But, so yeah, I got that all cleaned up, and my husband's desk space is all cleaned off as well. And then I was watching Bree at the Booktician. She was having some reading sprints with Erica. So I was watching that while doing some writing, and I finished Double Down by Susan Hayes. That was my buddy read with B. We are going to start another buddy read as soon as she finishes the book. And then I also finished Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. My first 5-star rating of the year. Honestly, there were so many twists and turns and oh my gosh moments and things that I didn't see coming. Very thrilling. My heart was pounding the last half of the book. Definitely one to keep you up at night, keep you on the edge of your seat, keep you guessing. Heavy, heavy trigger warnings for this book. Please, please be cautious. Graphic, rape, murder, blood and gore, violence, kidnapping, drug abuse. It has a lot in there, so please be careful. That was not for anything on my 80s pop culture readathon TBR. But, so, for this first week, I have completed my middle grade horror, which was Coraline by Neil Gaiman. I finished Halloween, which is the holiday-centered prompt, which is Chocolate Covered Murder by Nicole Reese. And then I finished a bonus prompt for Author of Color, and I read When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. So those are the books that I have finished so far for the Pop Culture Readathon. My goal tomorrow is to read Ascension by Jacqueline Koyangi. I think that's how you say it. I'll put the spelling, I'll put the cover of the book up. I'm probably butchering that last name, so sorry. Going into the next week, I'm also going to be tackling A Geek Girl's Guide to Murder by Julianne Lindsay. Also going to be continuing my buddy read of The Empire of Gold with Olivia. So that's it. That's going to be the end of this vlog. And if you made it to the end of this video, put a computer emoji. Is there a computer emoji? I don't know. Or a keyboard, or a pencil, like a writing, just anything to do with writing, because I'm really excited to be getting in and doing that again. So I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
You didn't use it though.